guys, it's Annie, and in the spirit of Halloween, I thought that I would tell you my stories. But first, on a side note, with all of the commotion with my last couple videos, I was really weirded out with like how to transfer back into doing my normal random videos. So, side note, after those two videos, I was personally emailed by a girl who had an experience with him, you know who I'm talking about, and she told me her story, and it was pretty intense. And I asked her if she wanted me to share her story, and she said only if I kept her name out of it. So I don't know, like I was gonna read that, but the whole thing is really overwhelming, and she seemed like she actually really wanted me to share it after like I brought it up and stuff. So I don't know, I want your opinion, but it's like a really heavy weight on me with all the crazy people out there and all their negativity. So if my supporters would like to hear that, I will share it. I also will talk to the girl again to double check if she wants me to, but let me know in the comments. Need your advice. Help me, please. Okay, so with that being said, it is time for my Okay, so I'm sure not all of you will consider it a ghost story, but I'm sure a lot of you have heard of or even experienced sleep paralysis. Sleep paralysis is defined as a phenomenon in which a person either falling asleep or awakening temporarily experiences an inability to move, speak, or react. It is a transitional state between wakefulness and sleep characterized by complete muscle atonia or muscle weakness. Also, part of the whole scientific explanation is they believe that people hallucinate when they are in that sleep paralysis state of mind or whatever, but I think it's scarier than that. As a matter of fact, sleep paralysis throughout history was thought to be the work of demons, and they were thought to have been sitting on the chest of sleeping people. So yeah, people thought that demons were basically holding them down. That's creepy. Now, I have personally had sleep paralysis many times, and I'm gonna tell you some stories of that, and they get pretty weird, and the last one especially is the juicy one. So stick around to hear the last story because it was kind of intense for me. So the first time this whole sleep paralysis thing happened to me, I was 16 or 17. I was at church camp and it was in the middle of the night. I had the top bunk and I woke up all of a sudden and I thought someone was standing up on my bunk looking at me, but then I looked for a second and it looked to me like a translucent, like porcelain face. And I thought my eyes were just like adjusting weird to the light, which I don't know, they could have been. But so the face was right here and I followed it with my eyes as it went directly over top of me. From there I was just freaking freaked out, so I hid under my blankets and I closed my eyes. But that's the part where I'm not sure if it was actually sleep paralysis, because when you're in sleep paralysis you can't move. But I did put my head under the covers. But the only reason why I would think that that could possibly be some sort of sleep paralysis is because the second time I had it, I saw the same like glowing face, and I definitely had it that time. So I'll go on to telling you about the second time I had it. Okay, so the second time, again, the face. I woke up in the middle of the night, directly over me I see this big face, and I wasn't scared at first, but then all of a sudden, if any of you have had sleep paralysis, like, I don't know if this is just me, but I get these like whooshing sounds in my head, and it's just really weird. Like you're in a field of helicopters with their propellers on it. It's just like whoosh, whoosh. That probably doesn't make sense, but it's really weird, strange noises. That's what freaked me out. I didn't even try to move that time, so I don't know if I could move or not, but I closed my eyes, and all of a sudden my body just felt really weird, and I did not want to open my eyes because I was freaked out by that. And I didn't know what sleep paralysis was. I honestly thought that I was dying and like I was being transported, like my spirit was being transported somewhere. I never felt a feeling that way. I thought I was either dying or like an alien like spaceship was like taking me up. I did not want to open my eyes to see, and from there it just happened for a while until I fell back asleep and luckily woke up in the morning and I wasn't dead or with aliens. So that's good, but I was freaked out. I told my mom about it and she told me like next time it happens, pray about it. And you can be against my beliefs and stuff. I'm not gonna put down yours, so be cool with mine. And as weird as this sounds, my mom said to pray and to command it to go away, because she's like, that sounds like something demonic or something dark or something bad. She's like, pray, ask God to help you, tell it to go away. So she gave me that advice, and I had it multiple times after that, and I didn't try it just because that sounds scary. Like, that sounds really scary. But between that, there were a bunch of different times. I remember one time I was reaching with all my might. You know, you can't physically move. When you have sleep paralysis, like, you can try to move and it can feel like you're really forcing yourself, but nothing's physically happening, and you can try to yell and it feels like you're yelling. It feels like, for me at least, I'm like screaming. It's like your inner voice. And if you had sleep paralysis, you understand what I'm saying. If you haven't, it's probably super confusing. But I was like trying to yell just like that. I was trying to reach with my arm, like, oh, like I can get out of this, but you can't. I felt myself reaching, but my arm wasn't actually moving. It's like almost like, you know, my spirit or something was reaching out of me, and I reached so hard one time. I remember reaching over and tumbling out of bed, but then I didn't physically actually fall out of bed. I don't know, it was creepy. That's not even the creepy part. I'm still getting to that. So like I said, you aren't physically moving. Your body's not moving, but I've felt once like an evil force again. Is this perpendicular? I believe so. I was physically laying down, but felt spiritually or something like I was being forced upward, and that my legs were in the air, and that I was like grasping on, trying to hold myself down, and I don't even know. It was creepy though. And that's still not the scariest part. For the big one, that's the one I always mainly tell. One time I was having a nightmare. I was in like a haunted house that had ghosts or demons or whatever, and in my dream I yelled at the demons and I was like, leave me alone. I was picked up and forced against the ceiling. Again, this is in the dream. I was forced up, my back was against the ceiling. As soon as in the dream I hit the ceiling, I woke up and I was in sleep paralysis. You know, if you have had sleep paralysis, it feels like you're getting pushed down. So it's so weird. I transitioned from in a dream telling a demon to go away, from it picking me up, pushing me to the ceiling, to me waking up, feeling like I'm being pushed down. And I was like, I'm gonna follow my mom's advice because that's just too scary. So I prayed, you know, asking for strength and to be there and to help me. And then if you've had sleep paralysis, that voice, like you're trying to yell, you're not physically yelling, but you can feel yourself like, I'm yelling, I'm trying to yell. In that like forceful trying to yell mind, because it's not physical, I said, in the name of Jesus Christ, I demand you to leave. And all of a sudden, as soon as I said that, I felt like an intense pressure, like anger. It just felt like pure anger pushing down on me, and it was like a couple seconds. I told it to leave, like in the name of Jesus Christ, leave, and I felt pressure, and then it went away. I'm not even joking. I said in the name of Jesus Christ, and it went away. I'd never had it go away like that. I've always had to go back to sleep, and I've never, you know, said that where it was just like, okay, fine, I have to go. You told me to go, I have to go. Do you believe in ghosts or anything like that? Because how can you believe in the bad but not believe in the good? Sorry, not trying to have a religious like thing, but that's like seriously what happened. Any of you science people are probably like, oh, you just like overcame it with your mind, but I know what I felt, what happened. And like when I told it to go away, it was intense pressure, like, fine. I don't know how to explain it other than that. All I'm saying is that with that whole situation, like telling it to go away and then it forcefully like then going away, that did not seem scientific to me, but everyone can believe what they want. So yeah, leave in the comments if you've ever had sleep paralysis and what happened, because I know I'm not the only one. Every time I've ever posted anything about having it, people are like, oh my gosh, I had that happen to me before, and they didn't usually know what it was. But yeah, so let me know your sleep paralysis stories. It's pretty freaky, is it not? I think so. Also, make sure to give this video a thumbs up and subscribe for more videos, and if you have any other Halloween themed kind of videos that you want to see me do, let me know that as well, and I will see you in a few days with a new video. Alright, bye guys.